Abby, and I am creating a YouTube channel. I recently started a blog platform called Beautifully Broken about a month ago, and from that I have gained so much insight and so much feedback from the people reading my blog, and so here I am. Beautifully Broken is a blog that I started a month ago that delves into mental health and mental illness, and a lot of us struggle with both. I've been battling depression, anxiety, and PTSD. I very recently found out I've had PTSD after I went to a mental health retreat at a place called On Site in Tennessee. From going there and learning so much more about mental health, mental illness, trauma, everything. I mean, your childhood, like, so many factors come into mental health and mental illness. It's unreal. And unfortunately, we typecast everyone as if they have a list of symptoms, then they must be this. If they have this, this, and this, then they must be this. But we're so quick to label people instead of truly really understand what's going on, that oftentimes mental health can be seen as something that is attention seeking. The labels put on them so quickly, and then that person, can take on a lot of different emotions after that's happened. What if someone is going through a depression as opposed to clinically depressed? There's a lot of differences, and mental health and mental illness isn't as black and white as society makes it out to be. You want to put on a mask because if you don't, then you feel like something's wrong with you. And there's nothing wrong with you. You're human. Pain and all these negative feelings make us human. And the more we deal with them, and the more we experience them, and the more we really look in the mirror to see who we really are, the more we can better understand not only ourselves but our mental health and mental illnesses. That's the basis of it. If you just keep putting a band-aid on something, you're never going to understand why you've cut yourself. You're just going to see a cut, put a band-aid over it, and go, it'll be fine, I'll be fine, everything's going to be okay. Really, maybe you might need stitches. I want people to know that being broken is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with it. And being broken doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you or that you're damaged. It just means you're a human being. I'm here to not only spread awareness and break the stigma of mental illness, because it's being broken now, finally. People are finally talking about mental health. They're finally talking about their mental illnesses. They're highlighting it, and they're just scratching the surface. But I want to dig and get underneath of it and better understand it. And I want to create a community where people feel safe enough to talk about their mental illnesses and their mental health without feeling shame. I, for many years, thought that there was something wrong with me. I would wake up sad and depressed, and I'd have days where I physically just did not want to get out of bed, and I'd force myself. To get out of bed and just keep going. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with fighting, because you do have to fight, and that's something I will touch on in a different video. It's because I've been down a pretty tough road, and I've lied to myself and the people around me for years on end that I was fine. Nothing was wrong with me. Well, I also went into substance abuse because I just really didn't want to feel anything. I was running away from stuff instead of facing it head on, because I was under the impression that depression meant that there was something wrong with me, that I wasn't perfect. And the way that social media is built and the world is built, it's this idea that everyone lives these happy, perfect lives. We want to show the world how great we're doing. We want to show the person who broke our heart, hey, I'm doing awesome. But at that point, you're lying to yourself, aren't you? You're not really dealing with what you need to deal with. Typically, what we all do is when we suffer from a mental illness, or we're having some mental health problems, or something is going on in our life, We just go to a therapist maybe once or twice and then call it a day. And we're like, yo, no, work here, I'm fine. I went to go see Sarah, my therapist, and I really talked it out and I feel great. I don't think I really need to go back. You do need to go back. Therapy and healing and working through mental illnesses and mental health isn't just a quick fix. It isn't just you talking to someone about things over and over and over again. It's you needing to get down to the bottom of what's really going on. Good therapists will do that for you. Good therapists will not only just hear what you're saying, but give you practical tools that will help you. You can't fix anyone. That's not anyone's job. It's not anyone's job to really fix someone unless you're a doctor or you're a surgeon and you're putting someone back together. The reality is mental illness is a battle that is fought day and night. We've all been hearing this, the infamous quote that mental health is just as important as physical health. It's true. The amount of discipline you put into physical health and getting into shape, no one gets to 15% body fat in 2 weeks, right? Not unless they're doing some really crazy stuff. But it takes hard work. There's no easy fix for it. Some people really do need to be on medication, and please don't shame people who are on medication. Some people really do need to be on it. But then there are other people who they don't really need to be on medication, and it's just a band-aid. It's a way to suppress things because they don't want to deal with it. So it's twofold, and you can't judge anyone for doing either because every single person is different. I want to deal with the root causes of the things that trigger my depression, and that when I do have a depressive down day, how to get through it. I want to fight through it. When I was on medication, it made me feel like a zombie. It just didn't work for me. Some people it works wonders, and they go to therapy and they can deal with their stuff. Awesome. So do not shame people who are on medication. Having a mental illness doesn't mean you're messed up or damaged or broken. It means that you're normal. It means, you have something different with you and you're unique. That's all that it means. It just means you're different. And being different isn't bad. Your mental illness isn't your identity. It's just a part of you. You are you, and you can find a way to coexist with your mental illness in a healthy way. And that's essentially what Beautifully Broken is all about. To further educate and provide some useful tools to people with mental illness, as well as the people around them so that they can better understand us. If you want to, come with me on this journey and stick around for all my videos. I would really appreciate it, and let's build a community where people feel safe. With this channel, I will be delving into various topics about mental health and mental illness and pulling back the curtain so that we can really understand everything, and so that it's not so black and white anymore and everyone can see the gray. When I was going through everything that I was from the ages of 13 to 28, I wish that I had someone to go to. I wish I had a video to watch where someone could tell me that everything was going to be okay and that I'm normal. And that's what I want to do for all of you. That's what I want to do, is let you know that you're normal, you're loved. Everything you're going through, someone else is also going through. It may not be the exact same experience, it may not be the exact same illness, but people feel and do feel the same way that you do. So you're not alone. You matter. Your story matters. So let's come together and build a community to better understand one another. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope that you subscribe to my videos. I will be posting one every week. I think sometimes it's easier when you can really look in the lens of the camera, which oftentimes people think then you're looking into their soul. Well, I'm looking into your soul, and let them know what's really going on. So I'm going to be vulnerable and authentic and 100% honest with you guys. So it encourages you to also share your stories with the people around you who care about you. If you're going through something and you need help, I will link all the resources below every week so that it's always there. And stay tuned for videos next week. And if you have any suggestions of any topics you want me to cover, please feel free to comment below. I want this to be a safe space. I want people who come to this platform to feel like they have a family and they have a friend. And that, healing and working through your mental illness is very much possible. So, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next week.